everyone. Welcome to Dr. Thomas' Plant-Based Cooking Show.
Today's episode is about making a healthier cookie.
We like to eat healthy.
And we can't wait for our mom to make Dr. Tallman's cookies.
We hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome back to some more healthy cooking. I'm Philip Tallman, and today we're going to make some almond flour cookies. The story behind this recipe is we have a wonderful couple in our church named Iva and Julian Lemaster, and they've lived wonderful, godly lives, served the Lord their whole lives, and we're privileged to have them as part of our church family. And during this coronavirus outbreak back in March, early on, they both came down with the coronavirus. And Julian battled it for quite some time, over a month, I believe, was in the hospital, was on a ventilator, was able to get off the ventilator, but it weakened him, and finally, sadly, despite all of our prayers for him, he succumbed to the virus, and we lost him. And it was very sad, of course, very sad for Iva. And a couple of Sabbaths ago, we had a graveside memorial service, and it was a very touching service. And at the service, Iva came up to me and she told me a story. She said that right after Julian had passed away, she went home and her neighbor came over and was expressing condolences and said that her daughter had wanted to do something for her and wanted to make some cookies for her. So she made these chocolate chip almond flour cookies. And Iva expressed to me how much she was moved by that, and also how much she really enjoyed the cookies and how wonderful they were. So I told her that I would love to cook those cookies, bake those cookies for her on the cooking show, and we'd do it in honor of Julian. And she was pleased with that. So today we are going to make those cookies. And she shared the recipe with me, and the recipe will be in the notes section if you'd like to make them. And here we go. So the recipe starts with 2 cups of almond flour. These are for all of our celiac viewers out there, gluten-free. And for the rest of you, you don't need to worry about that. But there's 2 cups of almond flour. We have a 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil.
Hey, here's a little Dave tip. When you cook your kale, cook it with coconut oil. That way it slides right off the plate into the trash can. Know what I mean?
And then a 1/4 cup of maple syrup. And of course we're using the natural maple syrup, not the sugary fake maple syrup.
Dr. Tallman, you are one smart cookie.
And then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and you can see the apple cider vinegar interacting with the baking soda, which is what helps it rise. And we're going to mix all those up until it's a nice sticky dough.
Kind of keys do kids like to carry?
And then we'll fold in our half a cup of bark chocolate chips. These are vegan chocolate chips, so they don't have any milk in them. They're a high cacao chocolate chip, and we'll fold those in. And then we just form these into, as the recipe says, 6 to 9 cookie balls. And we put them on our parchment paper lined baking sheet.
Hey, Cookie Tom, I love cookies.
Here we have our 9 almond flour, gluten-free, vegan chocolate chip cookies. And we're going to put them in the oven. Preheated to 250 degrees, and they go for about 30 minutes.
When do you have to take a cookie to the doctor? I don't know when it feels crummy.
Our cookies are done now. After 30 minutes at 250, they were pretty soft, so I actually turned them up to 300 and went another 15 minutes or so. So maybe bake them at 350, but they look great, and we're gonna give them a try. Wow. It's a delicious cookie. Thank you so much, Iva, for this recipe. And you know we love you, and we're praying for you.